Everything I'm about to say on this video is absolutely false. None of it is based in any truth. These are fiction accounts from a fictitious character by the name of Damn Fool because he feels like his life has been cursed. Oh man. Today is Sunday. Saturday, my bad. Saturday, I want to say it's 11/12. Yeah, it was 11/12, you know what I'm saying? 2016. And I might I say I hadn't done any videos for 11/9, 11/10, which is funny because I used to do them once a month, you know what I'm saying? Then got up to once a week and now damn near every day. But this life, man, it's just so, I guess the word to use is preposterous. You know what I'm saying? Some of the things that I'm encountering, man, are just so far beyond belief. You literally just can't believe what the outcomes are, man. How strange these things are. You know what I'm saying? It's just far beyond anything I can recognize. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have a great sense of, setting where I can put you in where you can understand it. This is something far outside of a science fiction movie. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be looked at as several different ways. I was looking at a picture of the African Trinity, which had well, basically it just had, I think the sun was behind the picture, or they got the orb over the crown or whatever, but it had Aset sitting in a chair with a grown horse suckling on her breast, and it's saying God and her son. You understand what I'm saying? They got a woman, you know what I'm saying, with a grown man sitting on her, sucking off her titty, and it's called God and her son. You understand what I'm saying? But it's spelled S-U-N. You know what I'm saying? So the sun is what illuminates the world. So it was a very awkward picture. You know what I'm saying, to look at, and like I say, hold on. This is my mom texting me now. Let me text her back. I'm recording. So yeah, it was a very awkward picture to look at, the God and her son, and I'm telling you, man, everybody is has been, for a somewhat point of time, just pretty much taking the information that I have and run with it, taking a lot of things that I have and running with it. It's been kind of chill for a little while, but I think that's how it does. You know what I'm saying? Some days you get some really bad days, you know what I'm saying, where you really feel like, hey man, you backed into a corner and you looking for a way out, and then the shit would kind of dissipate somewhat, and the minute you start getting to the point where you forward thinking, you feel adjusted, you ready to adjust back into the real world. Cause like I say, man, it's like I'm in a whole nother portal. It's like my body is here on the same earth and the same planet with you guys, but I'm being taken into different portholes and different realities, and it takes a minute to get adjusted, and it's hard to get adjusted with all the stimuli going around all over the place. There's so much stimulation from the media to people walking in and out of your life, and just coming to your life and projecting stupid shit on a constant basis, basically challenging you to a duel, you know what I'm saying, but doing it mentally. So, from them speak, so it would be almost like if you was down in a hole and a motherfucker was taunting you about not being able to get out of the hole. You know what I mean? It would be like if I was to drop you down in a well and I would start saying, shit, real niggas walking on the ground. And you like, yep, my nigga, I'm in a hole. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? If I get out of this hole, I can show you what a real nigga is. If you want that, help me out the hole. You know what I'm saying? Let's get on level ground and let's do what it is we got to do. But no, that ain't really what they want. You know, what they want is to keep you in the hole. You know what I'm saying? And to keep you miserable in the hole. Cause you know, you can sit in the hole and be like, well, fucking my nigga, I got, you know, adamant amount of food, water down this motherfucker. I can survive. But it's the fact that people coming by and fucking with you while you're in the hole and not trying to, you know, offer you any assistance in getting out is the awkward part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a very awkward part. And, you know, you would be the angry black man if you got out and slapped the shit out of one of them. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like you out of line because they didn't put their hands on you. What? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it goes a little bit. So you have to be in my shoes and acclimated to my shoes and try to come halfway off into this world to get a somewhat of a grasp, you know what I'm saying, of what I'm trying to say. But anyway, man, I was looking at the picture of God and her son, S-U-N, and I'm thinking about all the energy that I emit and the whole world gets, but don't even acknowledge the fact that I'm the source of I'm a huge source of a lot of information, a lot of stuff that they get on a consistent basis, which is and you know, really you can care less. You can care less about some shit. I mean, it's a lot of things I have done just in my city alone that I never got. Even in my clique, just friend to friend, peer to peer. You know what I'm saying? It's been things I have done. People who have went on to do things that they are proud of in their life, that they got off the porch, they got their incubation directly for me, directly through me, and once they got on, they pretty much did not, cause like I say, man, you know, I was a guy that was always on the porch. First of all, you know, coming through adolescence, the thing that pretty much separate our friendships is when the relationships with women start to come into play. And I was always slow when it came to women. I was never the type of person that felt like I needed to be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you know, when me and a lot of my partners was at our peak in our friendships, it was when most of us were single, or, you know, when they had steady relationships and just used me as a conduit of a release. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going to take them too fast on the roller coaster, you know, take them around a bunch of hoes or try to break up their marriage and no shit like that. I mean, I'm just basically a guy you just call up, talk to, and talk about random shit, you know. You know what I'm saying? And basically, every friend I had, the only conversation that we ever had was progressing from our current position, which is why it's so ironic that I'm in a position that I'm in now, because I've always been a positive person, always been about progression and moving forward. So the fact that I'm in a position that I'm in and unable to use this energy to propel me, instead is more like a vortex. It's more like I'm seeing myself going down in a slump. Is beyond anything that makes sense. It just doesn't make sense at all. And the fact that I'm still like 100% positive and 100% humble. You know, I always been humble. That's the thing about it. So, you know, you would think that arrogant people would have these problems. You know what I'm saying? Would have to get knocked down to regular humanity. It's like, nah, man. It's just a regular dude just a regular dude taking advantage of, willing to take advantage of any opportunity placed in front of him. You know what I'm saying? As long as it doesn't hurt, you know what I'm saying, my well-being or anybody that I consider myself close to's well-being, I consider anything a power move. I mean, I am westernized. I am I have been westernized, so I do understand, you know what I'm saying, the Trumps coming from his father and his father with his ties or whatever he was tied to, Ku Klux Klan. Uh, uh, not knowing if that have anything to do with business or money or whatever, but, we do know that he's not a squeaky clean character. We know the Bushes wasn't squeaky clean characters. We know the Kennedys wasn't squeaky clean characters. We know a lot of people wasn't squeaky clean characters. So the fact that at this point, yeah, it don't get no cleaner than me at this particular point. I have been washed of my sin, so to say. I have been purified. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, just the fact that you feel like you're under the watchful eye of a higher source of power that has the potential to propel you or repel you. You know what I'm saying? You clean yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Not even acknowledging, you know what I'm saying, whether it's good or bad energy or negative energy or whatever. It's just the fact that so many ironic instances happen throughout your life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm 40 years old. It's been 40 years. It's not a new epiphany I woke up with in 2016. A lot of things are revealing themselves since I started the Damn Food Chronicles. More has been exposed than ever. Just the fact that I've been speaking out about it. And I'm not trying to speak anything that I don't want into existence. But if it answers some questions from the past or some questions about a lot of this stuff that I'm going through and it won't reveal itself, it just keep coming to you slow, which is the most irritating part of ever, because I've never been a type of person that could not accept the truth or could not handle criticism. So the fact that you got a mind fuck me into some kind of submission to say, well, I had to give it to you like this because you couldn't accept it is horse shit, is malarkey. You know what I'm saying? You could tell me anything, and I make a choice based off what you said. I'm not an irrational person, although I may come across irrational, because sometimes irrationale is I mean, hey man, you got to choose your weapon to fight. You know what I'm saying? Rock, paper, scissors, man. You don't bring paper to the scissor fight. You know what I'm saying? You don't bring a rock to a paper fight. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway, so I was looking at that picture, man, and it just stroke up something that was ironic. And if anybody was to hear this and look at and hear what I just said and look at the picture for what it is and hear what I just said, and if you follow the Chronicles at all, you would say, wow, that's I could see how that would pretty much stimulate a thought or whatever out of your mind, and which goes back into what I was dealing with on I guess it was the 9th. No, it was yesterday, matter of fact. It was yesterday. Yesterday, which was the 10th. I got a call, man. I got a call at 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, I think I went to bed at probably about 5:30, 6 o'clock that morning, man. I was getting fucked up, you know what I'm saying? I actually went and watched that Doctor Strange movie, which was an amazing movie, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I was marveled at the Marvel production, and I was captivated. But, and I came home, man, and, being it, and I can tell you, man, that things is funny. When I had got into the, you know what I'm saying, as far as, the Egyptology and the whole Black Power energy or whatever, man, I was really progressing, you know what I'm saying, as far as mind frame. I mean, just naturally just dropping drugs and alcohol and not even thinking about it, you know what I'm saying? Not even thinking of it as something that I missed. And so I started sliding back down this hole to where the information that I was getting and the people that I was getting it from you know what I'm saying, was all very condescending and starting to get disrespectful. And the fact that people wasn't teaching. I mean, motherfucker coming up on the screen every day, but they go on the screen arguing, you know what I'm saying, arguing and talking about yada yada woo woo, which in my opinion is still not. I mean, it still was entertaining to me. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like this, man. I know that they all charlatans. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a fact of are you looking to these people, you know what I'm saying, for you know what I'm saying, to stroke your ego or nothing like that. Nah. I was looking toward them to do what it is they do under the auspices of what they do, which is be somewhat conscious. You know what I'm saying? And I did understand that a lot of what their jobs is and what they were doing were to make the conscious community look bad. You know what I'm saying? In other words, man, or not even conscious community. I wouldn't even say that because that's afraid that somebody can coin and copyright. So I wouldn't put it like that. I wouldn't say the conscious community. I would say that, you know what I'm saying, when you go and look for information, you will get information from somebody to give you, you know what I'm saying, in a 2 or 3 hour video, they would give you 20 minutes of information and a bunch of trajectory, and explaining why they sold out. You know what I'm saying? Explaining why, explain to you when they were sleeping with roaches and rats. And it argued with people on the phone about scam artist shit and just a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff, which is basically the same thing as a black male version of Housewives of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at it for what it was, entertainment purposes, not really thinking about energy sapping and, psychological mind control and all these different aspects of it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, which is a awkward stance, and it's hard to just point the finger at them when you also get it from you know what I'm saying, a Tommy Sotomayor standpoint, or, so you get it from you know what I'm saying, you go to the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, it's kind of like the same thing. So all these different schools, you know what I'm saying, or have the same particular type of thing to it. And I'm also dealing with the government, you know what I'm saying, or special interests, I put it that way, with things far outside of my control, and then to come to find out, at its smallest molecule, I'm dealing with it from my mother, you know what I'm saying, is doing the most mind control and the most, keeping me in a what do you call a subservient position, and impeding progression with the illusion of being super supportive. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the mind fuck come in there, because you don't want to just point the finger at somebody and say, bitch, you's a Satanist, you know what I'm saying, that's sapping my energy. You don't want to just jump out the window and do no shit like that when this is the only person. Like right now, everybody has left my life, you know what I'm saying? And she is the only person there, and super supportive and there at every turn I need. But when I get around her, the remarks and the comments are so disparaging. It's ridiculous. And again, I mean, you're not talking to a person who come from a struggling past. Like, my path was easy, the whole walk. You know what I mean? You put it in front of me, I knock it down. You know what I'm saying? If I can't knock it down, I go around it. You know what I'm saying? And when I go around, have to look back at me eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Nothing never defeated me, ever. You understand what I'm saying? If a coach didn't like me, I wouldn't start my own fucking team. You know what I'm saying? And my team could shine just as good or outshine the team that wouldn't give me a chance. You understand what I'm saying? And this is embarking all the way back to fucking 10, 11 years old. You understand what I'm saying? So, so it's, I mean, you're talking to somebody who definitely had who definitely was a fixture and was pretty much known amongst the people that I walked. And I never bragged, you know what I'm saying? So you may take somebody who seen me every day and didn't know my accomplishments and would knock my name. And somebody who I was training would have to enlighten this brother. You know what I'm saying? That, no, brother, this dude changed my life, man. You know, before I met this dude, I was scared to come off the porch. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm running the block. You know, it's a lot of those stories that came from, you know, just my presence. You understand what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I got a call about 8:30 in the morning that told me, man, your daughter just passed out. She's in the middle of the floor, bathroom floor, she passed out, you know what I'm saying? She's not faking, there's urine on the floor and her legs are dead, she can't walk. You know what I'm saying? So we ambulance is on the way, we're rushing her to the hospital. So I'm like, wow, did I just receive that call? You know what I'm saying? You know, from somebody that's healthy, never had an issue. Never had an issue. This is my mom giving me the call, by the way. Never had the issues. Never had asthma, never had sinuses. Maybe had 2 colds in her whole life. And I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So they tell me she been throwing up and, you know what I'm saying, having diarrhea the day before. I say, okay. So it take me a minute to get to the hospital. I get to the hospital around 10:30. And when I get to the hospital, they're getting ready to release her. They say, hey, man, just have her drink plenty of fluid. So I'm looking at the woman. I'm telling the woman, I asked the woman, so did you give her IV? The woman said, nah. I said, I'm sorry. I was under the illusion that she was here for dehydration. The woman said she is here for dehydration. But all she needs is is a little water. Now I gave her a cup of water. All she took out the water was 2 sips. Put the water down. I said, well, ma'am, I'm not with her 24 hours a day. And I don't know if the fact that she's dehydrated now should tell you she might not be disciplined enough to hydrate herself based on her lack of knowledge of, rehydrating the body. Just, some people just don't know, man, when you vomit a lot and have diarrhea a lot, the minute you get some time, you need to try to rehydrate yourself. People don't know that because rehydrating yourself also provokes more vomiting and diarrhea. So people try to avoid, the drinks of the water. So that's what I'm trying to tell the doctor, that maybe she can't hold nothing down that way, brother. Maybe she needs a sister. Maybe she needs an IV. So the doctor telling me, no, well, we don't do IV. Now, I'm 40 years. I've been going to the doctor for several years. And anytime the thought of a potential, possible dehydration, not the fact that you passed out from dehydration, but the fact of possible dehydration, the first thing they do when they put you down is put an IV in your arm. Man, this woman argued me down on why the girl didn't need an IV. You know what I'm saying? And my thing was, I'm willing to accept the fact that she could or could not use an IV, but the fact that I'm inquiring about it, she is on Medicaid that's charging me $160 a week. I would think that the nurses thing was ask me, well, if you like us to do an IV, we can, but she really don't need it. Then I have the choice to say, oh, that's nice of you, man, but I think we can handle it at home. You understand what I'm saying? But the fact she didn't even give me that choice, let me know, black woman, let me know that she wasn't even, she just wanted to argue her point and not see the point as a whole. You know what I'm saying? She just wanted to look at it from her half, from her perspective, and not look at it as a whole. That is a problem, man, with our community. You know what I'm saying? You could say I'm looking at it from my perspective, but I'm looking at it from a holistic, from a whole, not from just a point of view. So anyway, so we ended up leaving the hospital. I got 3 women there with me. I got my mom and her 2 sisters, which is my 2 aunts. And yeah, my mom, her 2 sisters, my 2 aunts. And let me see, man. Let me take this off of here. Yeah, again, so my mom and her 2 sisters. It happened to be oh, okay. It ain't gonna go. Let me put this back. Or well, maybe we can look at it like this. There we go. I'll be to take that out. Let me see, man. I don't know how that showed up or not, but it's something. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's just the old picture that's been around. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you about my mom and her 2 sisters, but anyway, so so I'm pretty much outnumbered. I'm pretty much outnumbered in what I'm saying in my decision. And plus, they may not be as, like I said, I do a lot of research, man. A lot of research, and I've been to the doctor several times. I had several run-ins with asthma and sinuses and diarrhea, food poisoning and stuff like that. So I've been to the doctor several times, and I pretty much kind of know the routine. And I read a lot. You know what I'm saying? Be honest with you, man. I read a lot of people. I read a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you kind of know the protocol. So the nurse's protocol when it comes to dehydration and the actual the treatment of dehydration. So it's not like I'm asking for something way outside of understanding. But anyway, I was alone on my own, and my daughter is actually taking the nurse's side because she don't know no better. Plus, she's feeling better, so she don't really know. And plus, I tell you, she's being brainwashed already to start rejecting everything that I'm trying to give her. That's the point of the chronicle. You know what I'm saying? I've been speaking on this for the past couple of weeks, and this is just another indication and another point to where I'm pretty sure that she's either being brainwashed or and being taken into that realm with the people that's giving me a hard time. Just literally give me a hard time, and I guess going through a particular type of training. She was telling me yesterday about how she's gonna be super rich and have all this rich stuff and whoop de woo, and it was just a awkward conversation to kind of like have, and just walk up to me and just smother me. Just put her arms around me, but put her arm right over my nose and my mouth and just hold it there. And I'm like, hey man, I can't breathe. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't breathe because I got my hands on you and put it in your mouth, so you can't breathe. Just little stupid shit. So, which was funny. So we go get her something to eat. My mom get her some soup or whatever. And we sitting at the house, and she tell me, I think I can eat now, man. I can eat some a taco. I want a taco. So I say, yeah, man, if you have any problems out of it, just take that charcoal, that activated charcoal up there, man. We got activated charcoal, part of a cleanse. But anybody who knows anything about food poisoning or any kind of poisoning, any type of upset stomach, when you go to the hospital, they give you activated charcoal, which cleans you out. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much helps your digestion or whatever. So the word that came out her mouth was, that sounds like failure. That sounds like failure. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, up until this point, we never had these type of conversations. We never had these particular type of feelings. Up until the video I made, I don't remember when it was, but And at the moment, I'm kind of in a zone, so I couldn't really tell you exactly what I'm thinking about. But yeah, I'm in a particular zone, so I can't remember exactly what the thing was. But it was the beginning of me starting to realize that I may have a whole nother quote unquote enemy, damn fool chronicle enemy. You know what I'm saying? On my hand, and it's coming from my daughter. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of the people, if not the only person that I really even care receive these chronicles, but already know the details of the chronicles from a certain perspective. You know what I'm saying? Being brought into that particular world of witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit hard to stomach. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit hard to stomach, man. That you have all these people in this controlled effort. You know what I'm saying, to keep you down, to keep you from progressing, and to keep anything that you should be able to naturally just do successfully, have it go the other direction from you. You understand what I'm saying? You know how you read the Bible and you read these stories. You ever want to ask yourself, with all the people in the world, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got people living in China, you got people living in, Africa, you got people living in England, you got people living in America. But the Bible is all basically centrally wrote around a particular place. I mean, you have people going other places, but it's mainly about one particular place. You know what I'm saying? And you ask yourself, how did those people get in the Bible? Like with all the stories that's going on, why did they key in on certain people and talk about them? You know what I'm saying? Opposed to talking about everybody else and what everybody else was going through. Why did those stories get picked? And so it almost just feel weird, man. Like you under the spotlight, and you know what I'm saying, you having a story that's written about being cursed or whatever you're being ripped down to be built back up, which could only be a hope at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is literally just withering away, man. But I have so much life in me. You understand? It get to the point, man, where I can't even buy a fucking prostitute. I hook up with a hoe on a social media site, to make a business transaction. And hey, man, I text the motherfucker 2 or 3 times and the bitch disappear. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like somebody tell her, hey, man, don't mess with this guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like an intervention. It's like